All right, welcome back to this week's Truck Talk. Today is July the 11th. I'm out here with Tyson Helsel, and today what we want to do is talk a little bit about just what's going on in Oakridge. And right now we are about 90% of the way through the construction process. Now we're not 90% of the way through the golf course. We still got some time left. We're only about 65% of the way through timeline of the closure of this golf course. And as we talked about before, this is when we transition over to Tyson and his team. And they've got a lot of work left to do here to grow in the golf course. So I'm gonna let him tell you about that.
Yeah, so we're standing on 4 fairway right now, as you can see. Has just come a long way. We are right now at 2 weeks old. So this is pretty impressive. I know Chris has shown a lot of Truck Talks, kind of the drone view of the aerial. So this just gives you an idea, just 2 weeks of growth, how much we can come along. So it's a scary process when it goes out. Everybody kind of thinking it's dead, but it's not. We're growing everything down from underneath and up. So we've now got a mow, our first mow on this hole. So essentially, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, once we mow, it's really going to just force everything laterally opposed to vertically, which is where we started. So I want to make a point here. Just recall, this is the new strand of Tahoma 31. This is bred out of Oklahoma State. We've seen this, really tried and over sports complexes. A lot of
golf courses
overseas, Atlanta, NFL, soccer stadiums used. So it's very, very cold tolerant, traffic tolerant. So it's new for us, and I love it. It's done a really good job. It's a much finer leaf blade than what we're accustomed to on Celebration, and a little darker green color. So it's a little different to everybody, but once you see it, I think you're going to enjoy it.
It looks a lot like the old 419 or Tifway that we used to use before Celebration.
Right, and Tifway, this is a 100-year-old grass, right, that we used to use in our roughs, which we still do. Magnolia, palmetto, so it's a little bit finer, but I'm very confident you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah, and the benefits of Tahoma are supposed to be that same aggressive growth rate and recovery that we get on the Celebration grass, but in a better leaf texture, and less dormancy in the wintertime, really.
Right,
So.
And that's where we find with Celebration, not that it's a bad grass, we love it. We've been extremely successful with that over the last, really since Deer Creek was planted in '09, but as you all know, this stuff, the Celebration, if you will, takes forever to come out of dormancy in the spring, right? It's everywhere else is kind of, the roughs are greening up, starting to grow, and it's always that lag time. So what we found with this, we're hoping, that February, March, once it starts going, it's going.
Yeah, you all know that green without growing phase we get in the spring. This is what we're trying to solve with that. So, so this is an example of one fairway. We're going to show you a couple other things as we work around. But as of tomorrow, we should have all fairways on the front side done and be started on number 10. And we're making some great progress on tee surrounds. We'll show you that too. We're well into the backside on those. So let's go show you a couple other things.
All right, so now we're up on the green on number 4, just to see the progress here. So again, the fairway is at 2 weeks. We are at 5 weeks on this first set of greens we planted, which was numbers 1 through 7. So as you can see, I mean, we've come a long way. These things really look good right now. I know it's probably difficult to see on the camera, but I would say we're probably, a solid 80% covered. We're starting to mow these at a much more frequent rate. So similar process as we've been. We're continue to grow in. But long story short, these first sets should be grown in probably in the next couple weeks. I will highlight also, similar to our other golf courses, we are doing Tiff Grand on the collars, which is a much tighter, finer surface that'll give you a much better playability. Same thing with there. We think you're really going to enjoy it.
All right, and for the rest of your update, I'm going to take you on a quick drone tour. So we're flying down number 13 now. Thought this was interesting because it shows you the drainage and what that process looks like going in. It's also the last step before we start finishing those fairways off and getting ready to sprig them. And here we are over on 11, 12. So I wanted to show you the sod going down here around 12 tees. That's been complete. Currently they're finished with 13 tees, working 14 forward. And we expect to have a big push on that process here today, tomorrow, and early next week to work on getting all those tee surrounds finished. That's the last of the sod we have to do. And then all will be left is the fairway sprigging. All right, and for our last stop, we're over here on number 7. You can see the tees sprigged and being watered. The fairway there is sprigged and being watered. That process is, we're finishing up 7 fairway this morning, working on 8 and 9 through the weekend, and then maybe even on to 10. And so next week we'll pick up on the backside, and looking forward to it. Hope you guys enjoyed the update for today, and look forward to talking to you again next week.